Hello and welcome to Ben's Addiction. The R230 SL500 is getting ready and I'm very excited. But there is one problem that is really annoying me, and that's the head unit. The LCD is looking very hazy and it looks that it's sun faded. So we are going to try to fix it today. This is how it looks and it's pretty bad. As you can see, I can even feel the roughness and the damage on top of the LCD. It works perfectly fine, but the LCD screen is no longer clear. It's very hazy and cloudy. So today I'm going to show you how to remove the head unit first, and then we are going to replace the LCD together. And this can be applied to many other Mercedes models like W164, CLK W209, and many other models. So if you have this problem, please share it with your friends and give me a like. Thank you so much. First step is to remove this trim piece over here, prying underneath and pulling toward yourself. There are a few clips behind it, just gradually and slowly, just like that. So you push backwards after releasing the clips. See 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So there are actually 6 of them. The same trim piece similarly being removed on the other side as well, and then we'll go ahead and remove these 4 T20 from here so we can remove the top piece. So the other piece on the right hand side is removed too. So over here there are 2 types of screws that are used, the shorter ones and the longer ones. The longer ones are the ones that are holding this board over here, and that's the one that we need to remove. So these have smaller tips like that, and so they are a bit hidden underneath. So make sure to remove them all before trying to remove this board over here, the center console. Otherwise you might end up breaking it. Also put your gear shifter in D or N just to make enough clearance for you to push back this board. And all we need to do is take 4 screws around the head unit so we can remove the head unit. With the screws removed, we can slightly move the whole board back so we can access the screws over there. As you can see, we've got 4 of them. So let's remove those 4 and then we can easily remove the head unit. So behind the head units, there are a few connectors that are not too bad to remove. They're actually easy to remove. For these ones, this is the antenna you only need to pull out, as well as probably the GPS antenna. This one you need to pull out. This one, there is a tab, and this one was a pull out. You might not have this one. This is for the USB, and the rest, there is a tab beside it like this one. Okay, we've got the head unit out, and that's the beginning of our job. So we got the LCD ready, and we need a T8, not a T10, a T8, which is smaller, to remove the screws around the plastic bezel at the front. So let's do that. Okay, with the 5 screws removed, we will be able to gradually work this out. Immediately we'll see that there are 2 cables over here holding it. It would be a good idea to use a hook like this to undo the locks on the ribbon cable over here before removal. Otherwise, if you pull, you might damage the film or the mechanism over here. So use a hook like that to unlock by pushing down on the lock tab. In order to remove, push downward with the hook, just like that, and you'll be able to unlock it. And then when installing back, you basically put this ribbon cable underneath the brown tab and then push it up, and that will be locking the system. We can leave it like that, and there is probably a way to remove it, but I don't see the reason because we have full access to what we are going to remove from here. Basically, we are going to remove all these screws, the T8 ones, so we can remove the board, the main board, and get access to the LCD. Going to use my drill over here to remove all the T8. I think we got rid of it all the way. And now we got access to the LCD. Unfortunately, looking at the LCD, I have the LCD wrong because they gave me the wrong LCD. Look at the LCD at the front. It's almost 2 times bigger and it doesn't fit. And what happens if you remove or peel off the cover or the nylon on top of the LCD? There will be the glue left on it, and let me clean up the glue on top and see how it looks like after. And finally, to remove the LCD, there are 4 Phillips screws around, so let's get them removed. So I can remove the LCD itself, and the top one has this metal bracket. Just note the orientation and put it aside. And I'm pretty sure if I remove these 2 screws, I'll be left with there was lots of glues underneath, so I started using with carby cleaner, brake cleaner and contact cleaner to remove it. And it took me half an hour to clean completely, and it looks very good now. I mean, look at this, it looks brand new. So I'm going to try to put back everything and see if it works. If it works, that's a win for you and me, because this is $180 and I'm going to refund it. And you don't have to pay a dime. But if I fail, you know how to remove the LCD and put back everything, and you have learned the process. First, we put back the LCD, and then we start putting back the board. So as soon as you feel like that everything is in place, let me put something underneath here as well, and go ahead and put back all the screws, which thankfully they're all the same. So this stage might not take a lot of time. This is number 1, which is not going to be a problem. And I'm not going to tighten. As soon as you put 4 screws around, you have a look around to see all the buttons are functional. And in this case, this is correct. So we can go ahead and actually put all the screws back. So when you want to actually put back this cable over here, you'll see, if you look closely on this mechanism over here, if you push it back, it will be locked, and if you push it forward, just like that, it will be unlocked. So you have to try and put this back with, in this position, unlocked, and then as soon as you put it back, you push it back and it will be locked. Finally, after half an hour of trying with my big hands, I put the ribbon cable back and locked it in place, and hopefully after putting the screws on the panel, we're going to test it. Last important point is aligning those pins with the connector at the front. That should be done, and then we're good to put everything back. Let's turn it on. The radio works, but I can see with an angle something. Yeah, I can read it with an angle. I don't know if it picks up from the camera or not, but this is 106.1 megahertz. Can read that, but unfortunately it's too white. So I found out that this cover actually does something. You see, if I put it back, it works. And if I remove it, see that track 99? That's funny, isn't it? So we found out something today. It can make magic happen. But without it, it's completely white. Okay, here is what I've been waiting for. The Linear Polarizer Filter. Let's try this on the head unit and see if it has the same effect. This is obviously sun faded, and this is going to be much better. Let's try it. Okay, this looks like this, and it's self-adhesive, and I can see it's already kind of peeling off from the self-adhesive. Okay, so basically we can't see anything, and now okay, so I think the orientation makes difference as well. So let's see. Definitely works somehow, but okay, so I have taken the LCD again, and before installation there are only 2 points. First, you need to verify and specify the correct angle of your film to be adhered to the LCD first when the LCD is on, and then probably mark it on your film. And then you also need to make sure, which side has the adhesive. And also you need to clean up. Cleanliness is very important. It's just like the mobile protectors. It's a bit tricky and needs some delicate hands. So let's clean up using a lens cleaner or iso alcohol, and then we cut it and paste it on the LCD. Use these lens cleaning wipes. They do not leave any residue, and they clean most LCDs and lenses perfectly. If you have ever done the screen protector for your mobile phone, you might end up with these small bubbles, and it usually goes away within a week by itself automatically. And if you see all those scratches, I still have the protective nylon on top, which I'm going to take off at the end. So that's not a problem either. If you're not happy about these, the last resort is a very, very fine needle. But I highly suggest you to wait and to get rid of these bubbles automatically. And then we'll be good to peel off the protective film and then install it. Here's the protective film that I was talking about. I removed it because I'm not going to use the squeegee method on this anymore. It looks very good and nice, except those bubbles. Let's go ahead and install it and have a look at it. Okay, I have partially installed the panel, so there is no worry except the bubbles, which will be gone soon. Okay, this is 4 days later, and as you can see, the bubbles under the film have significantly faded and they are almost gone, and I'm pretty sure in a week or 2 weeks time we won't have any bubbles. But if you have better skills of putting film on top of the LCD, you won't get any of these. Okay, I'll partially put back all the cables and connectors, and that's 100% better, but still not the quality of the original film on top of the LCD. But I'm very happy because when you turn this off, you'll basically don't see that crap on top of the LCD that we used to have. It's much better. The head unit is very functional. I've got USB, I've got Bluetooth, I've got navigation, USB, radio, whatever I want, and CD player, and I really prefer to have the original head unit over here. But if you see this quality is not good enough for you, you can go ahead and replace the LCD. I've shown you exactly what you need to do to replace that. That was only 180 Australian dollars. That's almost 120 US dollars. So it's really worth if you want to revive the look of your Mercedes head unit back to original. Okay, this is the final view of how it looks after replacing from different angles. Yes, there are still bubbles. I'm pretty sure it will be gone in like a week or 2 weeks time. And this is how the LCD looks underneath. Pretty good. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Putting back everything is very easy, so I'm not going to go through that. Please support with your likes, subscribes, and hypes, and leave me a comment below and share your feedback. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Phil.